Hey, Ginger here, or GK Fit, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about weighing and portioning your food or meal prep, how the whole thing works. I write nutrition programs, and after people read over their new meal plans, they usually ask me the question is how do they portion and weigh out their food? How many servings does so many things make? So I'm just going to make a quick instructional video on how to get you guys started. Hopefully I leave all your questions answered. I have an extremely busy schedule today, so I'm going to throw chicken in a crock pot today. So I have about 3 pounds of chicken, 3.5 pounds of chicken here. I'm going to trim the fat off, toss it in the crock pot, and then I'm not even making my own sauce today. I have these on backup. This is called, I don't know if you can see without the glare, peri peri sauce that I bought from the Market District. I looked at the back. There is no sugar added to this. Looked at all the ingredients are real food. So this is a great healthy choice sauce. I'm going to just dump this over the chicken breasts. I'm not even cutting the chicken. I'm just going to toss it in the crock pot, toss the sauce over it, put it on low. It's about 7:30 in the morning. Then I'm going to just cook it, and then when I get home this evening, I'm going to pull it apart with a fork and put it in containers and show you guys how to prep it with the side. So I already have my chicken in the crock pot, which took me 5 minutes tops to prep. The next thing I'm going to do is throw some rice in my rice cooker, and then that together, this should make quite a few meals that I'll have prepped for the next few days. And I already have a few meals prepped. I like to prep every 3 or 4 days and to add something new, so I'm not always eating the same exact thing every day. So for my rice, I like it a little flavored because eating plain rice all the time gets a little boring. So I add some seasoned vegetable base to my rice water, and I use warm water and just sort of mix the base in. Just a big spoonful or forkful. And then once it's pretty mixed in, I pour it into my rice cooker, which this thing is a huge lifesaver for those of us that are lacking on time. If it doesn't mix all the way, it's fine. It eventually will cook in. I've never had any issues. Then with this dish, I think the rice would also be really good with some onions and peppers that I already have chopped. Just some sweet orange and yellow peppers. And then I measure my rice out, and I buy rice in bulk at Costco. This rice is basmati. If you're on a weight loss plan, brown rice is really good. I am not currently trying to lose weight or lean out for anything, so regular white or basmati rice is perfect for meal prep. And I need 2.5 cups for the amount of water that I put in. Then I just grab that fork, give it a little stir, turn it on, and hit white rice, and that'll be ready. And it obviously won't take as long to cook as my chicken did, but it'll keep it warm in the rice cooker, so when I get home, the rice will be fine. It won't be extra crispy or burnt or anything. It keeps it nice because it's airtight on the top, so that's awesome. I have about 8 meals prepped or cooking right now, and it took me 20 minutes tops to put this all together. So this is great for those really fast, or those days where you don't have a lot of time and you need to do things really fast. So it's about 7 o'clock at night. My chicken has been cooking in the crock pot all day. I have not lifted the lid once, which is why it turns out so tender and easy to pull apart with a fork. And my rice has been sitting in the rice cooker all day, and it's perfect. Everything's good. So now I have my chicken in a bowl, and I've pulled it apart. I pull the breasts out of the crock pot whole and leave the sauce in the crock pot, and then I just pull it apart with a fork like this. Then to weigh and measure your food, I set the scale down. I put the container on it, and then I set it to 0, so it's not weighing the container. And then I add the chicken according to my serving sizes. So I watch it go in ounces, and that's about my serving size. Then I'll grab a measuring cup, and I'll add a cup of rice, because that is my serving size too. And then I just grab a spoon and add some of the sauce over the chicken and rice, and I've prepped one meal. And you just keep doing this until you've used up all your chicken and rice. And that is how you portion and prep your meals. Put a lid on it, put it in the refrigerator, and if you have 2 different people you're prepping for, say you and your girlfriend, or you and your husband, or you and your boyfriend, whoever else, and you need different sizes, then one thing we like to do in this house is keep a separate shelf per person. So the top shelf is where the bigger meals go, which is for David, and then I take the middle shelf for myself, and that's where my smaller meals are, so we can each hit our macros with each prepped meal. So if you're still confused about portion sizes and how to weigh your food out, you might not be using MyFitnessPal. So for those of you that have purchased a nutrition plan from me, it says in the nutrition plan that you need to download the free app, MyFitnessPal, and that will tell you your how many macros are in each gram of the type of meat you're using. So for example, if you're using chicken and you know that you need to have 25 grams of protein per meal, then you need to type in chicken and put your serving size, do 1 ounce, and then see how many servings you would need to hit 25 grams, which should be right around 4 ounces. After a while, you'll memorize all your own serving sizes, but until you get used to this, you need to download that app. It's a very useful tool, and it's great for helping you figure out your portion sizes for your macro count. It's extremely important and very hard to be successful without it. So once again, you go to MyFitnessPal, free app, type in the food you're eating, for example, chicken, turkey, whatever meat is, or even your sides of carbs, and then try to look for the increment that you can weigh in. So if you can weigh in ounces because you have a food scale, then put 1 ounce and see how many ounces you need to hit your grams of protein.